The third discipline of viral change is informal social networks, the management of that, or the understanding and the unmanagement sometimes of that. Because most of the real stuff in organization, whether it's innovation, new ideas, they come from the informality of the networks, from the informal conversations. They don't come necessarily from the formality of teams and committees, which they have a role in the organization, but they are not the oxygen of an organization. Informal conversations are. So you need to understand where these networks are, who are there, where are. We sometimes use a metaphor which is very useful of imagine a mountain that you have a little fire here, a little fire there, a little fire there, and suddenly the mountain is on fire. That's viral change. That's a very good analogy for viral change. Well, you can say, where are the mountains? Where can we start? Where are these conversations? Who is part of that? Because you want to nurture that network, support it. You don't want to domesticate the network to say, okay, this is something, this is a conversation, but it's Wednesday afternoon, talk about that, which some people attempt to. So it's a lot of knowledge that we have these days about how networks happen in organizations, how networks work in organizations, and we use that as a third discipline. The highly connected group of people, the champions or agents, are going to be very good at telling you very soon whether the direction of the changes and the kind of behaviors that the organization wants to have, and whether they make sense, first of all, and also whether there's going to be a big problem or small, because remember, they are very close to the ground. They are peers, they are like you and me, people who are doing their own jobs, so it doesn't get better than them to say, that doesn't make sense, or it does make a lot of sense, about time that we go that way. So they are a very good test element in itself of what the solidity of what you want to do. And I think leadership, by and large, in my experience, pays attention very well to this group because they are the first to know whether you're going right or you are not, or you are deviating or something that some of the aspects of the changes may go very fast, they spread very quickly through these communities. Maybe an angle or two that people are very reluctant to get that. Well, that's a good conversation to have on why that aspect is not going in the same direction as the rest. One of the key success factors of any modern organization, and it's nothing to do with viral change, is the marriage and the working together of the formal channels and the informal channels, the formal organization and the informal organization. If the organization is completely formal and ignores the informality of social networks and the chattering and the informal conversations, this is a stiff environment that doesn't create any innovation, maybe good for the army, but not necessarily to manage a good modern organization. On the other side, obviously, you don't want to have completely informal, everything is possible and loose type of environment with no directions. Obviously, you need that. It's the balance and the marriage of both things that we need to master these days for any organization to succeed. And obvious as it seems, historically we've been very good at the traditional formal organization. We create new teams, new committees, new things all the time, which is formal. Traditional management knows how to work with formality. The informality is sometimes a bit scary and say, oh my God, what's going to happen there, etc. But good, modern, agile organizations understand that both things are part of daily life, and how to master the combination of both things is one of the qualities of the modern leadership. The good leaders these days are very much able to understand that is this combination. You can't ignore one for the other because you're not going anywhere.